Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? I hope you are all in a good condition right now. My name is Grace and I'm from Raya. Before I started, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt the deepest sadness or emotional outburst? How do you handle your sadness? How do you deal with your tremors or depression that hit you? Millennials have been called the burnout generation. Burnout is a real thing that's impacting millennials in very real ways, especially when it comes to their mental health and emotional well-being. Before I give you an example, I will explain what depression is. Depression or major depressive disorders is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, how you think, and how you act. Fortunately, it is also treatable. Depression causes feelings of sadness and or loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease your ability to function at work and home. Feeling sad or having a depressed mood, loss of interest or pleasure in activities once enjoyed, changes in appetite, weight loss or gain unrelated to dieting, trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, loss of energy or increased fatigue, increase in purposeless physical activity, inability to sit still, pacing and hand wringing, or slowed movement or speech, feeling worthless or guilty, difficulty thinking, concentrating or making decisions, thought of death or suicide. Depression affects an estimated on in 15 adults in any given years, and 1 in 6 people or 16.6% will experience depression in some time in their life. Depression can occur at any time, but on average first appears during the late teens to mid-20s. Women are more likely than men to experience depressions. Some studies show that the third of women will experience a major depressive episode in their lifetime. There is a high degree of heritability or approximately 40% when first-degree relatives, parents, children, siblings have depression. So, how depression treated? Depression is among the most treatable mental disorders. Between 80s and 90% of people with depression eventually respond well to treatment. Almost all patients gain some relief from their symptoms. Before a diagnosis or treatment, a health professional should conduct a true diagnostic evaluation, including an interview and physical examination. In some cases, a blood test might be done to make sure the depression is not due to a medical condition like a thyroid problem or a vitamin deficiency. The evaluation will identify specific symptoms and explore medical and family history as well as cultural and environmental factors to arrive at diagnosis and plan a course of action. Okay, this story above is based on my own experience. A few months ago, I felt great sadness. All problems come together. Living away from my parents made me have be able to handle everything on my own. At first, I felt that everything would be resolved, but in fact, it damaged my mind. All the activities that I do in interrupt. All the time I was taking an exam, but my condition was still down, so my mind couldn't focus anywhere. My eyes went to the question screen, but my mind was on my problem. I want to focus. I want to get the good test scores, but this thought bothers me. The symptoms that I experienced were excessive tremors, so I was unable to carry out activities, dizzy and dizziness. Every night I would cry and eventually felt like I cannot handle this on my own. Based on several decisions, I finally decided to go to an online psychiatrist, but was immediately referred to an offline psychiatrist. After getting a referral letter, I went to the psychiatrist and did a screening, starting from fan sessions, tests, etc. The result came out after 2 hours of examination, and it turned out that I was diagnosed with depression. The doctor asked me to take antidepressants and continue to consult a mental hospital for the past 2 weeks. In the first 2 weeks, I received assistance from several nurses and was monitored by a doctor, starting from food, activities, watching smartphones, etc. In the first month, I already felt an improvement and I was able to reduce the dose of antidepressant. And finally, I could be said to be cured by the doctor within 2.5 months. Maybe you are here and want to consult a psychiatrist but are afraid. You think that you don't need a medical treatment. Even if this problem is interfering with activities, then it must be resolved optimally, even by taking medication. Don't be afraid. Save your heart, save your mind, and save your future. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.